Now we are going to do regrouping hundreds to tens. Look at the example. So the first sum is hundreds, tens and ones. 759 is the first number. Second number is 285. Step 1, subtract ones. So first we have to what? We are going to subtract the ones. So we have to concentrate the ones first. So I'm just highlighting. So the number is okay. So what are the numbers in ones place? 9 and 5. So 9 is a greater number and 5 is a lesser number. You can subtract, no problem. So after 5 you have to start, after 5 you have to count. Because backward counting, while you go for subtraction, always you are doing the backward counting. That is after 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 9 you have to what? You have to count. Up to 9 you have to count. After 5, up to 9 you have to count. That is a backward counting. So 6, 7, 8, 9, that is what is the number? That is 4. Otherwise you can do 9 in the 9, that is 9 fingers you have to show it off. That is 9 fingers. You have to what? Fold 5 fingers. What are the remaining numbers? 4. Again I'll tell you, 9 finger you have to show. You have to what? Fold 5 fingers. The remaining fingers how much? 4 fingers. You can do this also. So better you can do one thing. Suppose the number is a bigger number, 13, 14 means the greater number is 13, 14 or 15, 17 like this. So you can't do this. That is the only reason I've told you, you must use the backward counting. So what is the number in this? What is the number? That is greater number is 9 and lesser number is 5. So you have to subtract from the greater number to smaller number. So second number. So you have to what? Always focusing the second number. So you have to count the backward counting. You have to use the backward counting. After this number only you have to count. There is 5. 9 minus 5 means you have to start the backward counting after 5. Okay, what are the number is given? Suppose here 4 means after 4. Suppose 3 means after 3. Suppose it's 6 means after 6. Suppose it is 8 after 8. That is the way this is backward counting. So after 5 up to 9. After 5 up to 9. That is, you have to reach up to 9. So that is what? So 6, 7, 8, 9. So the answer is 4. Have written. So subtract 9 ones and 5 ones. The answer is what? 4 ones. Have written. The first one is over. Step 2, I have to concentrate, subtract the tens. The heading is regrouping hundreds to tens. See, the answer you have to write 4. That is 4 I have written. So now I am going to focusing what? Tens place value. So what are the numbers in tens place? What are the numbers in tens place? See, that is 5 and 8. So 5 is a lesser number and 8 is a greater number. You can't subtract. So that is 5 tens you have to write. That is 5 tens. That is, sorry, from 5 tens you have to subtract 8 tens. Not practically possible. Tens, that is tens is not enough. So you have to regrouping. So how we are going to regrouping? So you have to borrow from the hundreds. So first you have to write, that is 7 hundreds and how many tens? 5 tens. 5 tens is equal to, this 7 hundreds becomes 6 hundreds, then and this 5 tens become what? 15 tens. So how are you going to do? So 5 is not enough. 5 tens is not enough to subtract. So you have to borrow from 100s. That means this 700 become, this 700 become 700 becomes, because you have to borrow from 1. So this 7 becomes 6. So this 1, what is 100 means there is 10 tens, right? So this 100, it's go to the tens place. So this 5 becomes 15 tens. I'll repeat once again. 5 tens is not enough to subtract. So you have to borrow from 100 place value. How many hundreds? 7 hundreds. You have to borrow from only 100 from this place. That means 100 means 10 tens. So this 7 becomes 6. And this 5 tens, this 7 becomes 6 hundreds. And this 5 tens becomes, you have to borrow from only 1 tens. That is called as 1 tenth, that is what? It becomes, this 5 tenths becomes 15 tenths. So now it's a greater number, 15 minus 8. So what you're going to do, you have to subtract from, so you have to subtract from 15 to 8. So start backward counting. I've told you after 8 you have to start counting. After 8 means that is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 7. The answer is 7. That is what? The 7 tenths. So you can get it. Now I'm going to do the 100. Step 3 is, step 3, subtract hundreds. Subtract hundreds. Subtract hundreds, the heading. So what you're going to do, that is H T, 100 tens and ones, 7, 5, 9, 2, 8, 5. 759, subtract from 759 I have to subtract 285. So you know that the answer is 4 and here 7. So 5 becomes 15 and this 700 becomes 6. So I have to subtract from 600 to 200. So write here 600 subtract subtract 600s and what? 200s. The answer 200s. The answer is what? So 6 minus 2. From 6 minus 2. So after 2 only we start counting. That is 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 4 is the answer. I'll repeat. After 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 hundreds is 4 hundreds. 4 hundreds. So the answer is 474. This is the right answer for the question. Okay. So from 759 you have to subtract 285. You can get this answer 474. This is the right answer. So now I'm going to do the normal method, that is normal subtraction, a traditional, very normal and traditional subtraction, that is H, T and O, 7, 5, 9, 2, without regrouping. I am doing without regrouping. So 9 minus 5, you know that answer is 4. So this is, I have to focus the ones place. So 9 is a greater number, 5 is a smaller number. That is from 9 to 5. I have to subtract. After 5 you have to 6, 7, 8, 9. So the answer is 4. I have written 4 here. This tens, what is the number in tens? 5 and 8. So 5 is not enough. 5 tens is not enough to subtract. So you have to borrow from hundreds. I have to borrow from 100. The 100 is equal to 10 tens. So this 5 tens becomes 15 tens. Only 1 tens only I borrow from here. That is, what is this? 15. So I have to borrow from only 1 tens from here. That is 700 becomes 600. That means 700 becomes 700s. 700 becomes 600s because I have to borrow 100 from this. That is 700s is a 7. What is the number? What is the number in 100 place? 7 and 2. So I have to borrow 100s from this 700s. So this 7 becomes 600. So this 5 tens becomes 15 because 100 is equal to 10 tens. That is what. So 10 plus 5 you can get 15. So now it's a greater number. 15 minus 8. So you have to start backward counting. So 15 is a greater number. I have to subtract from the greater number to smaller number. So backward counting you have to use up to what? 15. After 8 you have to know this 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The number is 7. So you have to write 7 here. So now I am going to concentrate on 100 place value. What are the number of 100 place? 600s and 200s. From 6 to 2 I have to subtract. So you have to start doing the backward counting again. So 3, 4, 5, 6. The number is 4. So this is a normal subtraction. So the answer is 474. But both sum you can get the same answer. Same answer. So which is your convenient, you can take any one method and you can follow the what? Follow the subtraction. You can follow this sum, and any one method you can choose. But I suggest this because it's a time, because you can, if you do the normal method, it's easy to complete the sum because it is not taking much of time. But this is a regrouping method. You can get the clear answer undoubtedly, but it's a time delaying process. But that is the only reason I'm suggesting this method. But if you want to do this method, you need more practice. So kindly look at the videos more times, then you can concentrate, and also you can do the sums more and more. You can get a very good marks.